Hey guys, if you've been following along, you know that I've done several videos with these Fibonacci retracement levels, focusing on those for intraday, zero DTE trading or, trading the Qs. And as I shared with some of the guys that I trade with this morning around 9:15, basically what I said was the Qs, my thought is we start having more trouble moving higher here in the low to mid 470s. A lot of resistance, 50% retracement of the move down. So what I meant by that this morning was we've retraced now this entire move down. We've retraced 50% of that move. So that's what this line represents. These are Fibonacci retracement levels. As I said, funnily enough, 50% is not a Fibonacci level. Neither is 0.618, but they are levels used in the Fibonacci retracement tools. Basically, back in the day, even before my time, Dow and Gann is that often when a stock is moving in a trend and you get a reversal, you'll often get a 50% move or retracement of the trend before it continues. So that was included in the retracement tool. Again, not a Fibonacci line, but a very useful tool. 0.618 is the golden ratio. Again, not a Fibonacci number, but derived sort of from Fibonacci numbers. In any case, this area, this 50 to 0.618 area, is a great area for a reversal of the retracement. So it's a good spot often to look for shorts. There are times when it's not. I'll go over that in one sec. But so the first thing is, now that we're in this area, and this was Friday, so coming into today, this area is a place where shorts are looking to get short, right? If they either missed the downtrend or they covered shorts near the bottom, this is a good spot to put shorts back on. The second thing is that we have a lot of resistance at this level. So looking to the left, I always tell people that I'm teaching trading, always looking to the left on the chart. What do you see? Resistance, right? We traded around this 50% level quite a bit. So a lot of resistance has set up at this level. It wasn't just one day we were at this level, right? We were there for several weeks, basically almost a month at this level. So a lot of resistance is set up at that level. The third thing, how did we get to this level after the bounce? If we had continued, and I'm going to take this out now, if we had this day on April 9th, and then on April 10th and 11th, we were trading already up here at the 0.618 level or even above, then it's not a great area to look for shorts. And that's because if we had blown through this 0.382 level, which was 455, if we blew through that this day, and then the next few days, we were very rapidly back up into this 480, 490 area, that's telling you the market's super strong off that bottom. And you're probably looking at a V bottom, and you probably want to be looking to get long for a move higher. Okay, but that's not what we did. What we did was we blew through on this day, but then we immediately retraced. And this was the tariff 90-day pause day. Okay, but we immediately retraced and then traded around that 455 level for a couple of weeks now. Right, so we didn't move rapidly back through the 50%, the 0.618%. We've been chopping in here. The news this morning and over the weekend around tariffs, nothing really new, no good news, no deals being signed. And actually today, Besant gave an interview in which he said the Chinese need to blink. So no good news around tariffs. Earnings last week were okay, but nothing great. So earnings at this point aren't the savior. Again, going into today, Monday, we have more earnings obviously coming out in the next few weeks and some big ones this week. But earnings haven't been incredible. And on top of that, remember these earnings are backward looking to before the tariff announcement. So given all of those factors coming into today, my thought was you should be looking for weakness. So trying to find short setups coming into the day. So let me go and drop down to a 2-minute chart. This is today, and right now it's 2:12 Eastern time as I'm making this. Let's go to a 2-minute chart and take a look at how the day played out, right? At the beginning of the day, we had a rapid move higher and then a rapid move down. No real great setups to see in this or to take in this, just that it's basically what I call a hairpin turn. It's here, right? This large green bar and then immediate red bars. I switched to a 5-minute chart so you can see it better. So this is a bearish engulfing pattern, or what I call a hairpin turn, right? If you're in a car, you're racing rapidly into the corner, slowing down, making that hairpin turn, and then going rapidly out of that corner. I'm a big F1 fan and have sat in a hairpin turn at a race, and this is exactly what that reminds me of. That hairpin turn up and back down. So that's negative action in the first half hour. Now let me switch back to the 2-minute chart and go back to that beginning of the day. So now we're looking at sideways action. This is that Fibonacci line that we were looking at on the daily chart. This is the 50% retracement. So we're just bouncing along that 50% retracement line. And again, I'm looking for short action. So one of the things that I do is as I'm watching the cues, I'm also watching other stocks that make up the cues, right? That have a lot of impact on the cues. So I'm keeping an eye on Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Meta, Amazon, Google, Netflix, right? Keeping an eye on those stocks. So as the cues, we were going into this 11 o'clock hour, take a look. The cues are still flat, right? We go, here's 11 o'clock, right? We're still flat. 11:02, we're still flat. 11:04, we're still flat. Look at what time frame and was breaking through support. And this is short-term intraday support here. Was breaking through support, very negative. And this is 11, right? So it's falling very rapidly, a very strong downtrend. Look at Nvidia, which had news this morning, negative news. Going into that 11 o'clock time frame, Nvidia starts to break, right? Now it's breaking support, intraday support by that 11 o'clock hour. This support, right? Breaking through that. So go back to the queue. So now we know we've got at least 2 of the large stocks that make up the queues are breaking support levels. That's where I want to be looking at the queues to move lower. It's a little bit aggressive, but you could look to short now into, as we're trading under the 20, which is this red line here, the 20 period moving average. Again, this is a 2-minute chart. You could short here, seeing what's happening again in Tesla and Nvidia, or you can short on this candle as we break through the support. If you short on this candle, I use this candle then, the high of this candle, which is 471.13, as a stop, right? So that's my stop level. If we break out of this tight range we're in and pop right back into that range, I'm quickly stopped out on that trade. So shorting here as we break this support is based on everything else that I just went over, right? We've lost this 50% retracement line. We have a negative setup here, either a bearish engulfing pattern or again, what I call a hairpin turn. We know we're in this area that's good for shorts. And now we get a break of support on a power bar, especially these 4, this candle, this candle, this candle, and this candle combined is a power bar move lower. the market breaks and continues down to around this 467.5 area. So that was a great trade for being short Qs or having 0 DTE puts. But it was based on those multiple factors, both the technical analysis and the multiple things I talked about, and that the Fibonacci level, the resistance, how we got back to the Fibonacci levels, as well as news on both tariffs, which was no good news, and earnings news, which this past week was, again, fine, but nothing great to the upside, leading me to come into today with that bearish bias and look for a bearish setup, which played out. So I hope that helps in your trading. If it did, please hit like and subscribe. Ask any questions in the comments that you have for me, and I'll be happy to respond to those. Thanks.